Hi, my name is Emily, and welcome back to the Sunshine M's podcast. This is the Golden Hour mini series where you guys send in your confessions, some stories, ask questions. I will read what you guys submit and we'll talk about it. This is now our fourth episode, and I'm obsessed with interacting with you guys and learning more about your lives and what's going on. It truly is a highlight of my week to be reading these and reacting for all of you. So, girl doesn't have her glasses on. So, let's see if yeah, okay. I'm going to read these submissions out and we'll go from there. Okay. So, I have a few stories. Hi, Emily. This is something I've never really said out loud before. I have this deep belief that I am hard to love. Every time I get close to someone, I start overthinking everything. If they take longer to respond, I assume they're losing interest. If they seem slightly off, I did something wrong. I've been told I'm a lot before, too emotional, too sensitive, too overthinking. Maybe I'm just too. So now I feel like anyone who stays is just tolerating me. And it's only a matter of time before they leave. The worst part is I think this mindset actually makes me show up in ways that push people away, which just reinforces the belief. How do you even start to unlearn something that feels so deeply rooted? Holy shit, is this one deep? So, first of all, I just want to say that is such a hard feeling. I too have felt like I am too much, and I've been told as much as so. And you are not alone in feeling this way. You don't deserve to be just tolerated. For those of you who don't know, I love Taylor Swift and the song Tolerate It. I know my love should be celebrated, but you just tolerate it. And I think that's something we all need to collectively realize is that we should all feel celebrated in our relationships. We should be cared for and we should have people show up for you. And in the same way, you should care for others and show up for them. Like if you're willing to be a part of a community and be a village, you have to be someone in the village who also shows up. You know what I'm saying? That's something that I'm working on. I guess what I want to say to you about how to unlearn something, it does not happen overnight. I know you know that. But I think you really need to go to the core of your beliefs. Acknowledge them, realize where did these come from? And do I still believe that? And then reestablish your beliefs going forward. It takes a lot of internalization and it takes a lot of internal conversations and grace because again, you don't want to feel this way. You don't want to feel like your mindset and your beliefs are pushing other people away because you feel like you're kind of projecting onto them your insecurities. I think we all collectively don't want to do that. So you have to put in the work. I don't think you're hard to love. I don't think that you're too much. And I think it's normal for all of us to really observe people around us, especially those who have been hurt in the past. So you're not crazy for overthinking or, feeling like something's wrong, but it's what you do with those feelings that matters. If you're then projecting or being quick to anger, quick to judge, quick to assume that everyone hates you, there is that walking on eggshell feeling that the other friend might have. And I'm not saying that what they're doing is right either. You don't know how they feel unless you ask them. But if you're asking them constantly, they sometimes feel like they don't know how to be around you. I've had that same experience with friends in my past. So I think really just show up for yourself and dissect your beliefs. Do you still feel that way? How do you want to change that? To unlearn something that is so deeply rooted, it takes time and grace. So I hope you're holding some grace and space for yourself as you learn to let go of some of these learned behaviors. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay. Hi, Emily. On the outside, I come across as really confident. I post online, I speak my mind, I go after opportunities, but internally, it doesn't always feel real. Sometimes I feel like I'm just performing confidence instead of actually feeling it. There are moments when I second guess everything I said after a conversation or replaying interactions in my head, wondering if I came off wrong. So it makes me question, is confidence something you feel or something you just practice until it becomes real? Ooh, girl, I hear you. I, for one, am a fake it till you make it kind of person. My confidence is not always real. Sometimes it feels performative. Sometimes it feels like I'm faking it and it's just something I'm practicing until it's real. But there are moments because I've practiced it so often, it's like I've conditioned myself to feel confident. And then I feel confident. When you do something enough, like hyping yourself up and, celebrating your wins and really giving yourself space to take up space, you then take up space. You do celebrate your wins. You do like it is kind of like you're gaslighting your confidence, but it's not something that you don't just wake up and you're like, I am confident forever and always. Some days I'm like, I don't want to post. I don't want to look at myself. I don't want to hear my voice. I don't want to know what people think of me because I don't like me. That is a normal feeling. Confidence isn't always something you feel. It is a practice. It is a learned behavior. Practice it until it becomes real. And it does become real. I can tell you firsthand, my confidence was all fake. Now it's like 90% real, 10% fake, I want to say. So keep it up and believe in yourself, even when you don't want to. Thank you so much for sharing. Hi. This might sound random, but it affects me more than I expected. I've noticed that I hate hearing myself talk in group settings. Oh, girl, relatable. After conversations, I replay everything I said and convince myself I sounded weird or said too much or not enough. Sometimes I'll even hold back from speaking because I don't know how I come across. People around me don't seem to notice anything wrong, but in my head it feels so loud. How do you stop overanalyzing yourself in social situations? I'm working through that currently. I do not have an answer for that, but here's something that I've been working on that I feel like has been helping so far. I remind myself that the grace that I give others is the grace I deserve as well. So when I see people in social settings and I'm like, you know what, maybe they've had a hard day or, you know, work's been rough, they're clearly tired or they're going through it right now. I need to take them as they are and respect that. That's the same mentality that I've been giving myself. So when I'm having a hard day and I'm talking in social settings, I give myself space to have a hard day and give myself grace because I think we all at times hate how we sound and how we come off because we overanalyze and we are our own biggest critics, right? Overanalyzing in general can be minimized by remembering that the way you show up for others is how you show up for yourself. The way that you give grace to others is how you should give grace to yourself. The way that you love others is how you should love yourself. In social situations, I feel as though you should be giving yourself more grace and understanding because it's not just a speech. You're reacting to other people talking. It is a conversation of many people. So even more grace should be there. So I guess what I'm saying is over analyzing yourself can do more damage than not sometimes. And it's not like the people that are with you are realizing that you may feel loud or annoying or awkward and you said too much. A lot of people don't even notice that. And if they do, then maybe a conversation should be had because in this situation, you should be around people who will talk to you respectfully and maybe bring that up. But if no one's brought it up and people that you trust haven't brought it up, it's you overanalyzing yourself and you need to give yourself some more grace. But I hear you and I'm also working on that. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, these next ones are some confessions where they didn't ask any questions, but I'm just going to kind of speed read through some of them and then talk on them. That makes sense. Okay. I cancel plans last minute sometimes because I don't feel pretty enough to be seen. Wow. I compare myself to my friends and then feel guilty for even thinking that way. I'm scared people only like me because of how I show up online, not actually who I am. I feel like I have to be easygoing or people won't want to be around me. I've felt replaced in a friendship and never said anything about it. I've been the friend who slowly pulled away instead of communicating. I've dimmed parts of myself to make other people more comfortable. And lastly, I've ignored my intuition and then regretted it every time. These are quick, small confessions. When I give you guys the space to submit your stories and confessions and ask questions, they don't have to be big, crazy, dramatic moments. Even the smallest thoughts are ones that we don't say out loud, but everyone relates to. I know I relate to just about every single one of these confessions. If you've ever struggled with insecurity in any form, with how you look, how you show up, how you're perceived, or where you're at in life, I want to hear your story because one, it makes me feel less alone. When I share it, it makes others feel less alone. And the things that you may think are too small or are just in your head are relatable and normal to feel. So when you share it, one, you get things off your chest. Two, you make other people feel seen. And three, when others can relate to your words and your stories, you are making a community of people who don't just hear you or understand you, but trust you. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's okay to struggle with insecurity. It's okay to be struggling with anything at all. When you're doing it alone, it's harder to move on because you can isolate and self sabotage, continue to bury yourself deeper and deeper. When you let things out, it becomes more of a declaration for accountability and a cry for help. Nothing is too much. You are not alone, and you are always welcome to share anything that's going on in your life with me. You are safe here. You are not judged here. If you've heard yourself in any of these confessions or stories, I want you to know that you're not the only one thinking these things. So many of our thoughts that we keep quiet are actually the most shared human experience. And that's exactly why I wanted to create this space. The messy and unfiltered parts of life are allowed to exist too. If you have a confession, a story, a comment, a question that you've been holding on to, send it to me, anonymously or not. And we're going to talk about it every single Tuesday. This is your moment to show up and be a village member or ask for help. You don't have to figure out everything on your own. This is our community. Nothing is too small and nothing is too much. And I know some of you who are listening are like, I have a confession or a story or a comment. Like, I have something I could send. I don't know if I should. You should send it. There is a Google form in the show notes, in the description, on everywhere that this is. Share your story, show up authentically, and I'm going to be here for you. We're figuring it out together because all thoughts are welcome here, including messy ones. That was this week's episode of the Golden Hour mini-series where I react and comment to some of the things you've submitted to me. This happens every Tuesday, so if you have something to share, it is not too late. The Google form is in the show notes below, and I will see you guys next time. For those who don't know, I'm starting a new series in April. The series will be about body image and how to go about viewing your body. It's something that I've struggled with a lot in my past, and I'm ready to talk about it. Those hard-hitting episodes will be every Friday, and I can't wait to talk to you guys next. I hope you took what you needed, left what you didn't. I will see you guys next time. Until then, show up for yourself. And if you don't want to, I will show up for you instead. I love y'all. Have a good week.